I am doing something new tonight. I am Ceata, inventor of the PuffCuff. Here's the junior right here. Okay, it says we're building the audience. We're telling. Okay, so I got some folks coming on. This is Ceata, inventor of PuffCuff. I am doing a Facebook Live and a Instagram Live all at the same time. So we'll see how this works. We'll see if the internet connection keeps me up and rolling. But I'm coming tonight because we had scheduled to do a Facebook Live about the PuffCuff. The title of the Facebook Live is Help, I Cannot Get My PuffCuff to Act Right. So here I am to field your questions and just do a couple of real quick live demonstrations on how the PuffCuff works. Also in the background, my 5-year-old has got the sleep monster attacking him right now. So you're probably going to be hearing some crying and some I don't want to take a nap, I don't want to go to bed, I'm not hungry, I'm happy. I'm a little bit of bipolar 5-year-old in the background. So just ignore that. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to get some questions right quick, or questions going. This is the PuffCuff. If you are new to the game, this is the original PuffCuff. Here it's 5 inches big, so it's about, you can see how big it is. It's about the size of my whole hand, so it's about 5 inches in diameter. And then we have the junior PuffCuff, which is 2/3 the size of the original, so it's about the size of the palm of my hand. And then we have the mini, which gets even smaller. And then we have the micro, which is even smaller. So we get a whole lot of feedback on the net saying that this ain't nothing but a damn banana clip. Well, only way you could say that is if you have not tried it. If you've tried it, you know that it's not a banana clip, because first of all, banana clips are made for girls with straight hair or guys with straight hair. And you can see my hair is not straight. And I came up with this concept when I first decided to stop relaxing my hair about 10 years ago. I shouldn't say when I first started to stop relaxing my hair. I came up with the idea about 5 years after I stopped relaxing my hair, because I couldn't find anything that would allow me to pull my hair up into a puff style and not cause me to have a freaking headache by the end of the day. I suffer from migraines as well as sinus, really bad sinus and allergies. And by the time I would put my hair up, first of all, banana clip could never work for me, because I would break those puppies, as soon as I try to put them in, they would break. Because once again, after discovering and doing more research, they're not meant for people with thick, curly, or textured hair. So I would use a shoestring to pull my hair up. And when I would do that, I would take my hair, pull it up, tie the shoestring around, pull the shoestring until I got my puff somewhat into position. So if it actually stayed in place, by the end of the day, I would have a raging headache and usually have to take that thing out in the car. And the other thing I noticed is that right where that shoestring would stop on my head, there was breakage all around my edges, because technically a shoestring is not meant to hold your hair up. It's meant to tie shoes. So, or to keep shoes tied. So with that, I knew there had to be something out there that existed in order to help. Yes, banana clips are terrible. That's why this is not a banana clip. That's what I'm trying to explain to people. I have to take a deep breath every time I hear it, because people automatically want to do that. Well, this is not a banana clip, because a banana clip, you have to take it and squeeze your hair into it and pray that sucker stays closed. With the PuffCuff, you do not do that, but you have to follow the directions. If you try to use the PuffCuff like a banana clip, it will not work. That's why we give directions with the packaging, because, and even myself, I was so close to the product that didn't realize that, intuitively people would think that this is a banana clip and try to use it like one. But like I said, if you do that, it won't work. The difference is, you gather, my hair is kind of crispy. This is my after church hair. I had just got a new haircut and new color, and I'm really, really loving it. It's like the first time I've really liked my hair the shape of my hair and the color. So we can talk about that later. But anyway, and I'll tell you guys who did it if you're in the Atlanta area. But anyway, the way you use the PuffCuff, no matter what you do, how long have you been wearing? I've been wearing my hair natural for, actually, I cut, well, my twins, I have 13-year-old twins. When they turned 3, we all went and got our hair cut together. So I cut it all off. I will show you guys right quick. This is my big chop photo. That's the family. That's when I cut all of my hair off. Okay, I showed the Facebook people. Now let me show the Instagram people. So that's me when I cut all my hair off. So I went down to almost nothingness when I stopped relaxing my hair. So, but the way to use the PuffCuff is different than any banana clip because the PuffCuff does not squeeze. Oh, you have twins too? Yes. Mommies of twins. And then my sister, my baby sister, who's 10 years younger than me, she went ahead and had twins too. So don't drink the water in our area. Oh, you didn't see the picture? Okay, let me see the picture. Let me see if I can get it close enough for you guys to see the picture. There we go. That's me when I cut my hair off. Sorry, Facebook people. I'm back. So anyway, so I'm going to show you guys right quick how to use the PuffCuff. And this is the original. Another tip with using the PuffCuff is the shorter your hair, the bigger PuffCuff you need. Does that make sense? Because the shorter your hair, yay, you're wearing yours today. Awesome. The shorter your hair, you cannot gather short hair into gather it, into a small space. In order to use like the mini, you have to be able to gather your hair into a ponytail that's about this big. Shorter hair will not gather as close, so that's why you need the bigger PuffCuff. So it doesn't look like a banana clip. It's curved. Yeah, I understand that. Girl, I get it. It's curved. It fits the shape of your head. It totally different than a banana clip. But if I had $1 for every time I heard that this is nothing but a DAMN, damn banana clip, I probably could stop selling PuffCuffs. But anyway, so we're going to demo it right quick. You have to gather your hair. Like I said, my hair right now, what about those? Okay, those people with fine hair, you would think that you would not be able to wear a PuffCuff. If your hair is shorter and fine, because PuffCuff is not cinching your hair down to the smallest point of resistance, you actually get more volume than you would with using an elastic band or anything else that's going to cinch your hair down. Yes, you can use it with locks. You can use it with braids, locks, twist, goddess lock. What are they called? Goddess locks, I think. Actually, in a couple weeks, I will have goddess locks in. Someone asked me about what texture my hair is. I think I'm a 4B. But it just depends on what angle you're looking at in my head, because I have so many different textures in my hair that I think the most consistent curl type is about a 4B. Back here in the back, where my hair is I have looser curls in the back. Right in the center, I have really tight curls. And around the front, I ain't got no curl pattern at all. So, but anyway, so that's what you do. So you see, it's not cinching my hair down. And actually my hair is pretty thick right now because I let it air dry from washing it last night. And it's got a little bit of product in it too to kind of keep my curls locked in. How do you get it to grow? If you're talking about how do I get my hair to grow, I had to be patient as hell, because no matter what, when you have, I think with type 4 hair, it never does seem like your hair is growing. It just looks like it's kind of staying static. But I just had to be patient. I had to learn my curls, and I had to stop putting so much crap in it. I had to stop coloring it. I had to stop bleaching it. I had to start drinking a whole lot more water, and I had to stop being a product junkie in terms of buying everything on the counter. Yes, shrinkage is real. What size PuffCuff did you just put in? I just put in the 5-inch. This is the original PuffCuff. So, and that's just how easy it is to get out, y'all. So to put it in, one arm in, I'm going to do it again right quick because I'm kind of losing track of what I'm saying. So, we'll kind of put this back down like it was. How often do you trim it? I trim my hair every 6 months. And I used to trim it. Y'all are making me have like Tourette's because I'm trying to watch all the questions. I used to straighten it and trim it every 6 months. But I was introduced to this new salon in in Atlanta. That's a curly salon. But like I said, you put one arm in. You see I'm not gliding this through my hair. I'm just putting it in at the base of my ponytail. Bringing the other arm around. Can you guys see that? Clipping it shut and letting my hair go. So it's not squeezing my hair. It's just kind of holding my hair in place. So back to the trim question. I get my hair trimmed every 6 months. That's just me. Some people may do it more often, but with my hair and what I do to it and how I wear it, it seems to like an every 6 month trim. Now, I'm not going to lie either. I usually wear my hair in twists or braids during the summertime. The name of the salon is called Southern Curl. So I just went to Southern Curl a couple weeks ago, and they actually trimmed my hair while it was curly. And it's not a cut. That's where you have to get difference. When your hair is curly and you get it cut, it's more like a shape. It's a shaping rather than a cut. If you wear your hair straight, then you need to go get it cut and trimmed. I think I'm going to do a whole nother Facebook Live on what I learned about curly hair coming from that salon. But anyway, look them up, Southern Curl in Atlanta, and they're on Marietta Boulevard. They retail the PuffCuff also, but it's strictly for curly hair. So how do you get a PuffCuff? You go to thepuffcuff.com on the internet. We are at the PuffCuff on Facebook, at the PuffCuff on Instagram, and at the PuffCuff on Twitter. So, again, this is the original. And I showed you how to use it. The shorter your hair, the bigger the PuffCuff you need. Now, let's say, I'm glad you love your PuffCuff. Yay, I got some fans on here. Awesome. We need you to post those pics and tell people that it's not a banana clip. So, one thing about the PuffCuff that I want to show you all. So, the longer your hair, oh, my computer just shut off, sorry. So, the longer your hair is, and the closer you can gather your hair into a single ponytail, that's when you can move to the smaller sizes. If I want extreme fullness, you saw how full my hair was with the original PuffCuff. But because the length of my hair, I'm able to still gather my hair up into one hand, which is about this big. So then I can use the Junior. The Junior, you use all the PuffCuffs the same way. You put one arm in at the base of your ponytail, bring the other arm around. You might have to, take the hook. You should never be taking the hooks and squeeze or pulling them. That means you're going to break it. You put one hook in, bring the other hook around, and at the most, you might have to twist it a little bit. Blam, you're done. Now you see with the Junior, look at this one. I'm able to get like a more condensed puff. Thank you for answering that question. Everybody, y'all helping me out. Thank y'all, girls, because I'm trying to do as much as I can. So with the Junior, you can get a more condensed look. So people who have longer hair, let's say longer and thinner hair, longer and hair that's not maybe as dense, you want to use a smaller PuffCuff because then you're able to gather your hair tighter into a smaller circle. Then you can use a smaller PuffCuff. I've had people who actually do have, long hair, but they have massive amounts of hair that are still use the original. The longer my hair gets, I I think I like the junior better because it gives me like a higher and more condensed puff. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. So, okay, so let me give you an example. Okay, and this is how you get all of them out. All you do is push the arms. You hear it pop, you see it pop, you bring it open. Don't snatch and yank it out your hair because it has moving parts. It has teeth. But if you're careful, look at that. No hair loss. No hair loss. No breakage. It's clean. The other thing is about this, I get a lot of complaints. Look at my hair, y'all. It's looking quite crazy. But anyway, I get a lot of complaints about this is just a cheap piece of plastic. It feels lightweight. Okay, my husband and I spent over 3 years developing this thing. Why do y'all want something super heavy and chunky in your hair? If it's heavy, if it's chunky, I was wondering why mine wasn't looking right anymore since my hair has gotten longer. Yes, your hair has gotten longer, and I'm going to show you a tip. Don't throw out the original. You can still use it. I'm just going to show you a tip in a second to how to make it look. You're going to need a smaller one. But yes, the longer your hair gets, the more floppy it's going to look if you have the original. Because remember, it's not cinching your hair down. So back to the material. We made this out of the lightest, strongest plastic on the market for a reason. I didn't want any extra tension, heaviness, pressure, anything in. Yes, heavy, chunky equals hair loss. Girl, I like that. You better trademark that quick because I might use that. Or I'll give you 10%. So anyway, the lighter, we wanted this to be lightweight because I know about every woman I know, girl, whatever, you don't want extra stuff, heaviness in your head because it's going to cause you to have pain and tension and breakage. That's the whole point. It's lightweight for a purpose. It's flexible. It's not going to bend and break. I mean, it's going to bend, but it's not going to crack and shatter. Everything else that's made that you see that's shiny and all tortoiseshell and sparkly and glossy, it's made out of acrylic, and it's made out of something exactly like what's the acrylic nails. It's made out of a powder and a liquid coming together to make a solid, and it's extremely cheap. It's meant to be cheap, and it's meant to be brittle. That way you keep on purchasing it over and over and over again. The PuffCuff is made out of ABS plastic. It's the lightest, one of the lightest and strongest, and actually I shouldn't say strongest available, but there's actually another plastic that we're investigating. Thank you. That we're investigating for our next round of PuffCuffs that's going to be even more durable. So I know we have people, like I have my PuffCuff that I had originally from 3 years ago. I still have my original one. Ladies, you might lose a tooth, but that ain't a deal breaker. You still can use it. And the thing is, it's not, if you drop this puppy, y'all see me bound. Hey, look, it's still together. It didn't crack. It didn't break. It didn't chip. That's the way it's supposed to be. It's very durable. We even had people who have turned us down for financing because they tell us, you know what, you made a product that's a little bit too durable. It's not a throwaway item. We don't think you're a good investment. So in other words, you want me to make something that's cheap and that I have to force people to buy 5, 6, 7 of these, which it doesn't make sense. The thing is, if you buy one and you like that one, then you're going to buy more, and then you're going to tell your girlfriends about it. You're going to, what was that? And she told 2 friends, and she told 2 friends, and she told 2 friends. That's the way that we want our company built on, is personal testimony. Lightweight, however strong, it holds your hair no matter how thick it. Yes, and you can sleep in it. I sleep in mine on the regular. I am not just a client. No, what is it? I am not just a customer. I am a client. Yes, I sleep in this bad boy because it's easier for me to sleep in this and do my hair, get up and go in the same kind of style in the morning, just brush up them edges, than to start all over. Hey, cuz, how are you? I see you, Nelly. So, this is, like I said, this is the junior. Oh, I'm going to show you something right quick. Okay, look, people. Those who have, like, the original PuffCuff and their hair is longer than what it used to be, and it's not looking the same, and that's the reason why, is because your hair is actually probably healthier because it's not being, you're not putting so much tension on it, and it's growing and not breaking. So you put that one in, you see the fullness of it. I get a much fuller puff. If my hair was stretched, it'd be a little bit easier to see. But, so if you have your original in and your hair is longer and it's just kind of like, floop, kind of like doing the sideshow bob type of look, leave your original in. Take your junior. Put it a little high on your gathered hair above your original, and see, you can get an even higher, but if your hair is longer, of course, it would cover this up. But you just kind of double it, and then it'll give you more height with your pony. Does that make sense? Hey, you told 2 friends last night. Girl, thank you very much. So this is what you do when you want to get extra height. You just kind of stack them. But the thing is, since they're operating in the same way as the thickness and the pressure of the density of your hair pressing outward in the clip to keep it closed, then it's not going to cause you to have any headaches or suffer if you have multiple ones in your head. So what I'm going to do now is, okay, I had a lady the other day. She just returned her family pack. Complained all on Amazon that these things are too small. Well, as soon as I saw that, I know that she didn't use. Awesome. Thank you for the, she said, I just saw ladies that her daughter wears it and she sleeps in them. You know, a lot, I just saw on IG the other day too, where little girls are able to style their own hair because it's not that difficult. You don't need 5 or 6 hands to be able to style your hair. So, like I said, back to the woman who returned the family pack. So the family pack has one of the big ones, okay? A junior, 2 minis, which is this one, and, where's my baby one? Oh, okay, here it is. A micro, 3 micros in it. So she said all of them were too small. You can buy the PuffCuffs at our website, which is www, how many W's it is? 3 W's. Sorry, my tongue was getting away from me. thepuffcuff.com. We're also available on Amazon. But to tell you the truth, because of all that, because of Amazon's cut that they get off of every sale, it's cheaper if you buy it directly from us. And we're no longer available on Prime, so it's actually much cheaper if you buy it directly from us. But if you buy it on Amazon, you're still buying it from us, but you're gonna have to pay Amazon their little cut too. So we prefer that you buy it directly from us. So the smaller PuffCuffs are either for longer hair or for multiple ponytails. Does that make sense? If you have many ponytails, because you're going to be able to gather that hair in smaller amounts, then you use smaller PuffCuffs. So this is the mini, okay? So I took half my head, or just about half my head. Do the same thing, one arm in, hold it in place, other arm around, clip it shut, shablam. You got one on that side. And the other thing is, y'all can see, I'm not having to go through and detangle all of that stuff. I don't have to comb my hair. Sometimes I brush up my sides, sometimes I won't. Put the other one in. Bam. 2 puffs, that easy. And literally under 2 minutes. So the basic theory is, whatever, we have a ponytail test. The ponytail test tells you whatever size fist you make when it comes to the base of your ponytail, when you're holding your gathered hair, whatever size fist you make, that's the size puff cuff you want to use. So if you've gathered all your hair up and you're using 2 hands to gather it, this is like grammar school. What size are we going to use when you use 2 hands to gather it? We use the original puff cuff. When you gather your hair, and let's say you gather it all together, but you haven't quite gathered it to the point where your fingers touch, then you use the junior puff cuff. If you're gathering your hair and your fingers touch together, then you use the mini. See? Right here. What'd she say? Michelle, I love you, Michelle. But she said, it kind of reminds me of a banana clip. Yeah, it does. I'm not going to lie. It kind of reminds you of that. But it is not a banana clip. It's not a banana clip because banana clips squeeze your hair. And most of the time the teeth are just like this. If the teeth are just like this, what kind of hair is getting through those teeth? If the teeth are just like this, ain't no curly thick hair getting through that. That's why the teeth on the puff cuff don't come through. They're only meant to hold the texture. Back to the sizes again. If you're gathering your ponytail like you got a little girl and you want her to have multiple puffs, and even though she's got thick hair, but let's say each one of those puffs are gathered and you're pretty much gathering your putting your hair in a fist, then you want to use the baby, the micro. My daughter loves it. We have different sizes. Awesome. So we need to see some little girls. If mama was so let her baby girl be on Instagram, we need to see some of those hairstyles that you all are creating with some of the micros and the minis. They're just inspiration altogether, because we have a lot of people who use the puff cuff but have a hard time thinking outside of the box. Excuse me. Thank you. We need the prayer. She says she's praying for our company to continue to grow. Thank you so much. Yes, please pray for us, because we are a praying company, a praying husband, a wife, a praying family. We believe in prayer. Jill Hudson. So it's not the same, but yes, it works. It's not the same. We understand the comparison, but it's not the same because it doesn't put any inward tension on your head. And it's with no inward tension, you're not going to get any breakage. You're not going to get any pain. I tried every size and I love them all. Oh, awesome! I wear them every day. It does, yes, no headaches. Yes. The mini is good for faux. Yes, the mini is very good for faux bangs and longer hair. I've even had some ladies who do actually have straight hair, but their hair has a lot of bulk to it. In other words, they've got a lot of strands, and their strands are thick. So if that's the case, you can try this. You can probably use it, but you do have to get used to your puffs and your hair not feeling tight. It does take a while, because point blank, up until now, everything has been pull, snatch, tension. It's been like that. So, and you're used to it. You basically, what do you call it? You've conditioned yourself to feel like it's not working unless it's tight on my head. Well, here's the mind blower. It does not have to be tight. I also can show you how to get the tight look. If you didn't see my other video, you can get the tight look without it feeling tight. But you can use this, like I said, if you've got thick hair and it's on the straighter side, but it has bulk and density to it, you can use the smaller ones. Yes, it's good for taming a teenager's fro. Yes, it is. So she can look, so you can be like, girl, okay, I can deal with that. When she leaving the house, I can deal with you looking like that. It's a healer. Yes, it's a healer and relationship builder between some moms and daughters. Actually, I have a son who has grown out his head on the top, and sometimes I'm like, I'm not digging it. But if you let me puff cuff it, maybe I can work with you on how you're looking and your form of expression. And we come to a happy medium with being able to have him be able to express itself, and mom feeling like he has actually tamed that head a little bit. So let's see. I need some questions. Are there questions that people are having that they're not able to figure something out, or having difficulty with how to use their PuffCuff? We've got about, I was going to go about 40 minutes at the longest. We're working right about at 30 minutes right now. So let me know if you guys have any questions that I can address. Oh, let me tell y'all too. There are some knockoff PuffCuffs out there. If you haven't found out or heard already or yes, they work with locks. If you look at our Instagram feed, if you look at our Instagram feed, they are pictures of individual ladies that wear them with locks. I've actually done a couple of YouTube videos. Oh, look at YouTube too. YouTube has a lot of videos of me styling my hair with the PuffCuff, and a lot of other ladies that took it upon themselves to review the PuffCuff and do different styles also. The key is, because there's also a young lady out there that, threw us under the bus, but she did it because she didn't read the directions properly and she didn't use it properly. So she had, yes, you could buy on Amazon. She gave an instruction on, but if you buy on Amazon, you're going to pay more than you would than if you bought it directly from us on the website, because we're no longer a Prime. We no longer are a Prime purchase. You have to buy it and pay shipping. So it's better if you buy it from the puffcuff.com. There's another young lady who uses the PuffCuff totally incorrectly. If you follow the direction on how to use it, you will have success with it. My name on YouTube is at the PuffCuff. Our social handle everywhere is at T as in Tom, H as in Henry, E as in Echo, puffcuff.com, at the PuffCuff. So, what was I getting ready to say? The other thing, I had lost my train of thought. So, but I will be using them. Like I said, I'll be getting Goddess locks in a couple weeks, and I will be also coming back to show you some styles I'm going to use the PuffCuff with also. And that's the other thing. Okay, when you put the extra hair in your hair, that's a lot of tension and stuff on the scalp. So when you're wanting to style it, and a lot of times in the summertime, you want to get that stuff up off your neck, whether you bought it or it belongs to you. Either way, it belongs to you. But y'all know what I mean. The PuffCuff works for faux twists, faux locks, box braids, all that stuff. It still works. You use it exactly the same way. I've had people you're so conditioned not to think only a certain way, that I've had people, tell me, I bought my PuffCuff and I can't wait to use it, but I have braids in right now. Honey, use it with your braids. Knockoff PuffCuffs. Yes, there are knockoffs out there. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted. There are knockoffs out there. If you see a PuffCuff at a Korean, I hate to put it out there, but I am. If you see a PuffCuff at a Korean-owned beauty supply, it is a knockoff. They should be reported to us, and they should be reported to the police for selling counterfeit goods. The way you know it's not ours is imprinted with our website on the inside. Also, ours, I think they even knocked it off and said theirs was patented. I have a design patent and a utility patent on this. I don't have a provisional patent. We have the patent on the design as well as the utility. There is no way to make this other than to make it from us. But there are people who have knocked it off and are selling it, and are basically selling you a sub-quality version and a version that's been stolen. So we do ask you to look out. Every time I go to the beauty supply, I go check that section just in case. If you see it, take a little snippet picture for me. Take a picture of the store for me. Take a picture of the outside of the store for me. And send it to us. And we will have our lawyer send them a little nice, appropriate, very politically correct letter to let them know if they keep doing it, it will not be good. So, but they've been found, especially if you're in New York or New Jersey. They are selling knockoffs. Don't buy it. Actually, let them know that it's a knockoff. But either way, if you don't want to let them know, you can let me know and I'll take care of it. So, are any stores? I do sell in some boutiques. We are located in Lux Beauty Supply. I think they're in Maryland. We are located at Southern Curl in Atlanta. We are in Curl Kitchen in Chicago. If you go to our website, there is a page. If you go to our website, thepuffcuff.com, scroll all the way to the bottom. There is a where to buy link. When you click on that link, you see all the stores that actually carry the PuffCuff. If they're not listed on that website, then they're selling, and you find it, then it's a knockoff. But everyone that is selling genuine PuffCuffs from us are on that store. We are also, I'm trying to think, we're on a website in Beautyific, which caters to Nigeria. Trying to think if there's any place else. Okay, any more questions? It is after 8 o'clock, and I need to probably let you all go. I don't want to keep you longer on your Sunday evening than I have to. Like I said, go to YouTube. You'll see plenty of videos, styling videos. Look at our Instagram feed. You'll see all different ladies, men and ladies, a few men. It is a unisex tool. You know, you got more of our brothers and more of your curly guys. It doesn't matter what color you are. You can wear the PuffCuff to keep those curls together. And the other thing is, you see, my hair is a little, can I use it with a short afro? You can use it with a short afro. Okay, here's the key to the short afro. Here's what I was trying to say before. You see, my style that I started out with isn't totally destroyed after I used the PuffCuff. You actually, because again, your hair is not being cinched down. Your hair is pushing out. So since it's pushing out, it's not going to destroy your curls and it's not going to destroy your style. You can actually go, like a lot of women have their hair big for work. They go work out, get done, take the PuffCuff out. Whether they choose to wash their hair or not, they ain't looking stone crazy when they take the PuffCuff out because it hasn't destroyed their look. So when you have a short afro, here's the deal. You still have to be able to gather your hair. But let's say your edges are too short to gather up to the top. Then here's what you do. You take those edges, I'm just doing this real quick, do you a little twist around them edges? Or do you a French braid around the edges so you don't have to pull those up? Okay? Then you gather the rest. The part that you can gather that up, put it in the PuffCuff, and you know what I say, hook it, shablam, it's done. So just twist the edges, cornrow the edges. That way, also, you're giving your edges a lot, you're giving your edges a break, and you're not a break. A pause, not a break. We don't want to say break and edges in the same sentence. So you're giving, and you're treating them gentle, but see, it's not pulling these up. And if they're shorter, then that's all you got to do. So there's some really cute styles. Oh, you're very welcome, Michelle. There's some really cute styles on Instagram where people who have shorter afros, have the TWAs, how they twisted and did like maybe bantu knots around the edges and then just pulled up the back or put twists around the edges. What's the cost? Okay, here's the cost. The original that I have in my head, this one right here, retails for $16.49. One in a pack. This is the original. This one right here is the junior. They go up $1 for every package. They get smaller, but you get multiples. The junior, you get two, $17.49. The mini, you get three, $18.49. We currently have the micros because we have a lot of these that we need to get rid of. The micros are on sale for $15.49 right now. Now listen, there's two ways to get a discount. If you sign up on our website, on our homepage, there's a sign up that says join our email list. When you join the email list, you get 15% off. I believe it's 15% off. 15% off when you use a code. You sign up on you subscribe to the email list. You go check your email. Excuse me. And then once you check your email, you'll get a welcome email that says, here's your code. You got to do your part. I'm not just going to give you out a code, though. Come on, because we got to, you got to keep, you got to do your, to get some, you got to give some. So if you give us your email, you get 15% off. We are also, in about a week, having a very big sale on the website. So please sign up on the email list, because then you'll get 15% off your next purchase. And then in a week or two, let's see, after you get your PuffCuff and you want more, then we're having a major sale on the website. And I'm not going to tell you what that is, because you'll get an email announcing the sale. So we have a couple other things on the website too. So any more questions? It is officially, I'm not going over 2 more minutes. You guys have 2 more minutes to let me know if you have any questions. I'm actually liking this little cuteness style that I came up with just now. I think that might be what's going to happen for tomorrow. I don't know if I leave the house tomorrow or not, but either way, I like that. And that was really quick. Trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think so. So I'm going to, God bless you too, 5 times moms. Thank you. I'm going to let you all go. Thanks for joining me, and don't forget to register on our website, and you all take care, be blessed, and be a blessing. Bye-bye.